Tonight on the Cavalier Connection, I am joined by class of 25 commit 6'5", 245 pounds, tight end from Florida Berkeley Prep, Justin Zames. Find out what made Justin choose the Who's, what the coaches told Justin during his recruitment, and how soon can we expect to see Justin on the field. All that and more coming up on the Cavalier Connection right now. All right, Justin, we really appreciate you joining the show tonight. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm good. So I know that you are in Florida in an area that had some impact from Hurricane Helene. How are you and how is everything going down there for you and around you in Florida?
We're lucky. We just got some water in our garage. Some of our neighbors weren't as lucky, unfortunately. Some of them lost cars, parts of their houses. But I got really lucky. My family got really lucky that we only had water in our garage.
Well, I'm glad to hear. I know it had to be scary.
Yes, sir.
So I know you started your senior year of high school. How is the fall football season going so far?
We've been doing pretty well. We've had a few struggles. We've had some injuries on the team, some young guys that we've had to have step up. With some of those guys coming back, though, I think we can really make a big push here midway in the season.
Nice. So when you were a young kid, what age did you get into football and what kind of drove you to start playing?
5th grade was when I first got into football. Just watching NFL with my dad and my brother on weekends, it just seemed awesome as a little kid. Like, right. I want to do that when I grow up. And right. I just got into football and I've been lucky enough to take me this far.
Nice. Did you play, did they offer middle school football where you're at?
I'm originally from Connecticut.
Okay.
Where they start football, I believe, in 3rd grade.
Oh, wow.
And then moved here in 8th grade. So I've been playing football for a little while.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So what do you see are your strengths as a tight end?
I think one of my main strengths is my physicality. I obviously love catching passes, but I love blocking too. I think my goal every single play is to dominate the guy across from me. And I think that's one thing most tight ends don't have nowadays. And that's one thing I pride myself in.
Nice. I know at your size, I'm sure you do quite a bit of dominating.
Yes, sir.
You're a big guy.
Yes,
do you play both sides of the ball in high school?
No, sir. Just tight end. We've been lucky enough. We have a pretty good D line. In fact, my brother actually plays DN for us.
Okay.
He's big. He actually got named one of the best 2027 DNs in the state. So.
Okay. So are you going to recruit him to come to Virginia for us?
I'm going to try to.
We'll take your whole family. Come on to Charlottesville. Are there any particular NFL players that you model your game after or study more than others?
I like to model my game after Mark Andrews.
Okay.
He's dominant run blocker.
Yep.
Great short to intermediate passing game. I like modeling a game after him. Also, huge George Kittle fan. Love his tenacity, his intensity, his physicality, not just blocking, but after he makes the catch too. Love those two.
Those are two good ones for sure.
Yes, sir.
I would like to see the Ravens get Mark Andrews the ball a few more times since he's sitting on my fantasy football team. But
is he?
This year, it seems like he hasn't been getting the ball as much as he had in the past. But yeah, he's a good one. If you could meet an NFL player, who would you want to meet?
I think I'd have to go George Kittle on that one.
George Kittle.
Love to hear what he has to say, learn from him.
Oh, yeah. Do you have a favorite NFL team?
Unfortunately, the Giants.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, it's been a rough few years for us.
Yeah. Well, so actually everybody that does this podcast is Commander fans. And Things have looked good early, but you guys should have beat us. If Malik, I don't know if you watched that game, but
I did.
if Malik Neighbors makes that catch, the
Graham Gano
narrative's a
doesn't get
little
hurt.
different. Yeah, yeah. So I know you had offers from several D1 schools. What schools offered, and what led you to choosing Virginia over the rest of those?
I was lucky enough to get a bunch of offers. I didn't have any like particular favorites early on. I was kind of just big into like let the process take care of itself. And really getting to know Coach Gaither and Coach Kitchings. I saw a lot of what we have at Berkeley in UVA. Coaches who focus on technique, focus on like the little details to get players better. Coaches who care about the players. One of Coach Elliott's big things is caring about the whole player, not just the athlete. And that's one thing we have at Berkeley that I love. One of the things our head coach, Coach Sio, preaches a lot. And I saw that especially reinforced when I went on the visit. And that really helped make my decision.
Everybody always says that about Coach Elliot. And we always joke with the recruits. Did your mom fall in love with Coach Elliot?
Yeah, yes, sir. She did. Yes, sir.
I'll say it seems like all the moms, they just fall in love with him, and they tell their kids this is where you're going.
Yes, sir. I got that like the look where it's like, right. This is where you're going to
be. They know Coach Elliott's going to take care of their baby.
Yes, sir.
Who was your lead recruiter, and how did he recruit you differently from maybe some others?
So originally I met Coach Gaither, like the area recruiter, and then he introduced me to Coach Kitchings, who I've had the pleasure of getting to know. I think we talk maybe once a week. And through getting to know him, he's more than just like a coach, but also someone you can talk to, someone who, if you're spending hours a day watching film with or playing for, he's an enjoyable guy to be around. And I feel like we have a lot in common. I always hear him talking about NFL games, other college games, and just being able to have that conversation about more than just what's happening on the field is awesome to hear from him.
That's nice. Have you been on your official visit yet?
Yes, sir.
So can you tell us who people like myself who wasn't a D1 recruit exactly what that's like, and do you have any good stories from your official visit?
Well, getting to go on the official visit, it's always fun hanging out with the other recruits. And a lot of guys who aren't from this area, so I don't get to see them very often. We played pickleball. That was a lot of fun, being competitive. I hate losing. Coach Elliot, I think, smoked every single person there in pickleball.
Oh, gosh.
It was bad. I don't know if we scored more than 2 points on him. So that's awesome. See more than just the coaching side of Coach Elliot. And just getting to know the other recruits was just an awesome experience.
Right. So I know tight end is going to be a position of need next year. Have the coaches said they'd like to see you playing next year, or they have redshirting you on the table, or kind of what are they telling?
I've been talking a lot with Coach Kitchings. My goal is to see the field as a freshman. I do think I'm capable of that. Mm-hmm. I think, like I said, bring that physicality. I think that's something I excel in, and that's what I hope to bring as a freshman.
I'll say at your size, I definitely could see that. You appear to be college ready in high school, so and it's definitely a position of need next year too. So I think you're coming in at a great time. Have you had a chance to connect with? I know you kind of mentioned it. Any of the other recruits for the class of 25?
Yes, sir. I've had the pleasure of beating a few of them on the new college football game.
Okay.
We also have a fantasy football league with a bunch of them in there.
Oh, nice.
My team's not off to a very hot start, unfortunately. Tua got hurt. I had Tyreek Hill. Things aren't going too hot.
Yeah.
But they're awesome.
That Tua injuries is killing the Tyreek Hill fantasy numbers as well. That's tough
for sure.
So I know there's one other tight end in your class, William Thurber. Do you know much about him, and if your games are similar?
I watched a little of his film. He looks like a great receiver. I'm excited to be in the tight room with him. Hopefully we can dominate together for years to come.
That's right. Are there any other guys other than your brother that you're recruiting to join the Who's or even the 25 class? I know we're kind of late in that recruiting, but anybody else you're recruiting to come to Virginia?
I think most of the 25s I know at this point are already committed. But definitely trying to get my brother to come here for sure.
Okay, that'd be awesome. So when you came, I'm guessing you saw the new football facility.
Yes, sir. It was awesome.
What was your favorite part, and could you compare it to some of the facilities maybe at other schools you went and visited?
I think my favorite part might have been the weight room.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, that was beautiful with the field, what the UVA symbol on the ceiling, having all the UVA logos and all the weights and everything like that. And I haven't really seen too many other weight rooms that compare to that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was awesome to see.
So another subject, NIL. How was the subject of NIL presented to you as a recruit? And we kind of asked, how does it compare to other schools that may have taught to you?
They basically just had someone bring it up to us like, this is what it is. This is how it works. We're here to guide you through the whole process should you need help. To be completely honest with you, that's not something I'm overly focused on right now.
Uh-huh.
My goal is just to dominate on the football field and do the best I can and let the rest of it take care of itself.
I think that's a great philosophy, and it's great to hear. What role has your previous coaches, parents, or high school coaches played in your academic success and your football development?
My head coach, Coach Sile, awesome human being as well as a coach. One of the things you'll hear if you ask anyone who's ever played for him is he truly does create great people for the course of their lives. He's been coaching for I don't even know how many years at this point, but he brings out the best in players with technique and really helping to find greatness inside of them, even if they don't necessarily see it. And one of the things I love about him is whether you're the best player on the team or you're not, he treats everyone the same way with the same level of respect and really does try to make you the best person he can.
That's awesome to hear. You talked about this earlier. So NCAA football 2025 video game.
Yes, sir.
So what are your thoughts about being on that game in the next year?
It's awesome playing Madden as a kid. It's always like a dream to be in the video game, and now to be in NCAA, it's like a dream come true as a kid who grew up playing football games like Madden.
Right. That's awesome. Yeah. Jay and I, the only way we get into a game is we got to create a player. So I can only imagine it's already created for you.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. Has anyone talked to you about the rivalry we have with Virginia Tech and what that game means to the fans?
Not too much. As far as I know, we hate them. Yeah. And that's the extent of my knowledge so far.
That's right. Yeah, I like it. You're not worried about the NIL. We want you to worry about going out there and dominating Virginia Tech.
Yes, sir. That's the goal.
So is there a message you'd like to send out to the Wahoo fans?
It's like I said earlier, my goal is to go out there every play and dominate. That's what I plan on bringing. My goal is to help do whatever I can to make UVA the best program I possibly can. And that's the intensity I'm going to bring. That's awesome to hear. We can't wait to get you there. I know you got to get through the senior year first, yes, but so when we wrap up our interviews, we like to ask a little rapid fire questions of you. If you don't mind, what's your favorite color? Blue. Blue. Okay. Navy blue. Yes, sir. Favorite food? Hamburgers. Hamburgers. Favorite Gatorade color? Red. Red. Basic. So this was one that came up a couple interviews ago. Is lemon lime Gatorade yellow or green? Do you call that yellow or green? I'm leaning yellow on that one. Yeah. I guess I'm more yellowish. Yeah, that's what we say too. And I don't remember who we were talking to said it's green. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. It was Blake Steen, the offensive lineman for the team. And he said his favorite Gatorade color was green or lemon lime. And he said, I'll show you. And he went and got it out the fridge. And he calls that green. And my wife calls it green. And my son calls it green. And I'm like, it's not green, it's yellow. But it's not green. I'm glad to hear somebody agrees with us. Who's the football GOAT? Tom Brady, even though the Giants were able to knock him off twice. And they sure did. 16-0, but then y'all took them out of the Super Bowl. Yes, sir. What song do you like to listen to before the game? No particular song. I'm a big country guy, though. Okay. Yep. So same here. Do you have a favorite sport other than football? Lacrosse. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Grew up
Do
playing
they
that.
have lacrosse team in high school?
Yes, sir.
Do you play lacrosse there?
Not anymore. I played from like maybe first grade in Connecticut all the way up till freshman year here, and then
Oh,
just
wow.
decided to focus on football.
I got you. I don't blame you. We don't have lacrosse where we live at in Virginia, but
Really?
UVA has quite the lacrosse program. So,
Yes, sir, they do. Hell of a team.
if you could meet and talk to any one person you wanted, dead or alive, who would that be and why?
I'm going to have to go back to George Kittle on that one. Would love to learn from him.
That's awesome. Do you have a favorite vacation spot or place you want to visit?
Used to be Florida until we moved here.
What about a favorite place to eat?
My mom's kitchen.
That's a great answer.
Amazing
It
cook.
might that might answer this next question. Or person you look up to the most?
Have to my dad on that one.
Dad. Okay. That's
Amazing
awesome.
person.
Yes. Well, Justin, I want to thank you so much for your time tonight. We are really looking forward to having you in Charlottesville next season, and wish you the best of luck on your senior season. Stay healthy, and we really appreciate your time.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Have a great evening.
You too.
Thanks. And that was 2025 commit Justin Zames. What a big guy, 6'5", 245. And, once again, as we always say, we talk to these recruits of Tony Elliott, and just seems like a high character guy. Excited to get him in a position of need next season. A couple things out of that, as we always say, the moms fall in love with Coach Elliott. They know Coach Elliott is going to take care of their baby. That's number one. Number two, what was really impressive to me, he's not worried about an NIL. He wants to go out and dominate every play. He seems so focused. Those are the kind of guys we need at UVA as we try to turn this football program around. So exciting time to get Justin Zames on the show. We appreciate his time. Other than that, Hoos versus Boston College on Saturday. Game time at 12 o'clock, I believe, in Charlottesville. Need to go out there and send a message to the rest of the ACC that we are here this year and we're competing and we're going to, have a shot at a bowl game. And it starts right here at Boston College. Be the best team on the field 1 week at a time. So we're 3-1. Let's try to get to 4-1 this week, win this week, and then we'll worry about the next one. So once again, I do want to thank Justin Zames for joining us, and we will be talking to you all soon. Have a great evening.